Stupid. Oh, you dumb. That's for Joel.
Hey, yo, what's up, guys? It's Ratty Boy back in the building again. What's up, haters? How you doing? Anyway, today I'm going to be making a video unlike my usual content because I can't travel. I still live in Japan, but festivals are being canceled. A whole bunch of stuff's going on, and you know why? You know why? La Llorona virus is still going down. Anyway, hopefully that's. Anyway, so here's the thing, right? This video might get me some unsubscribers, it may get me some dislikes, it may even get me like 2 views, but I needed to make this video for me because I wanted to vent. And my friends either don't have this game or they haven't beaten this game, right? And this video game is called The Last of Us Part 2. Now, Part 1 came out 7 years ago, and that was literally the best video game story I have ever experienced and the most engaged I've ever been in a video game. That's how serious it is. You saying to yourself it's just a video game, but that story was crazy. And everybody agree, a lot of people agree with that. Now, Part 2 comes out 7 years later, which is this month, 2020, the year of the monster. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, basically, this game has a lot of people torn. It broke records, 4 million in the first day and all types of stuff. But a lot of people hate this game. I just want to talk about it. Now, I'm going to give you a recap about Part 1 real quick. Part 1 happened, and it involved a character named Joel and a supporting character named Ellie. It's a post-apocalyptic world. Think of The Walking Dead. But it's plants that's giving off these spores that when humans breathe it in, we turn into zombies. Now, that actually does happen in real life, but it happens to ants and bugs. It's crazy. You should look it up on National Geographic or BBC or whatever. You know what I mean? Pause. But check it out. Basically, it's crazy. But the game shows you what could happen if it happened to human beings. So the Part 1 takes place with this guy named Joel, and within the first 15 minutes of the game, his daughter dies. It's very tragic, and the game makes you deal with it. You know what I'm saying? You're like, damn, it already is deep. And then later on, he has to take care of this character named Ellie. And Ellie is a little girl. She got bit, but she's immune to this turning into the zombie thing. She's immune. And he's trying to take her to these fireflies. It's a group of people called fireflies who might be able to make a cure out of her DNA, out of her blood. So Joel is taking Ellie across country of America to these fireflies, the group of the people called fireflies. Now, throughout the game, he hates her at first because he's cold from his daughter dying. He did not hate her, but he just he doesn't want to show love to nobody. But throughout the game, he falls in love with the little girl. Like she starts becoming the daughter that he lost. You know what I mean? And the game makes you see the progression of the characters building, the character progression, the scary moments, the action. It's freaking amazing. Now, you get to the fireflies at the end of the game. And like I said, it's going to have a whole bunch of spoilers in this video, so watch out for Part 1 and Part 2. Now, you get to the end of the game, and he realizes that the fireflies, the people, this group of people that's going to make this cure from the virus, the only way for them to make this cure is by killing Ellie, right? So he already lost his daughter. So to lose another daughter, he lost it. You know what I mean? So Ellie's in a coma. She's sedated. She's not in a coma. She's sedated, and she's on the hospital bed. And Joel just murders everybody. He kills everybody in the hospital, and you're in control of it. You know what I'm saying? You're in control of Joel killing everybody right now. And it's like, oh, should I be doing this? Oh, you know what I mean? So Part 1 was wild. It was crazy. And at the end of the game, when Ellie comes out of sedation and she comes to, she's like, what happened? I thought we were supposed to make a cure. Joel was like, there was no cure. And you're like, yo, that was what? And then the game ends like that. And you're like, oh, right? So here comes Part 2. Now, Part 2 comes out. Like I said, that is a crazy story 7 years ago, and now we got part, you know what I'm saying, Part 2, and it's like, wow, we about to experience what happened right after. Pause, hold on, not necessarily. So, in Part 2 now, you're no longer a child. Ellie was 14 years old in Part 1. Now you're a 19-year-old Ellie, right? And she's cold. You don't know why she's cold. You don't know why because she's a very sarcastic, funny little girl in Part 1. Even though she went through a whole bunch of stuff, she was a very carefree, funny. But in Part 2, she's a different person. You're like, why is she a different person in Part 2? Anyway, The game kills Joel within the first 20 minutes of the game, right? And you like, yo, I thought I was gonna play as Joel again and Ellie again. No, the game kills Joel. But then the game does something, part 2 we're talking about now. The game does a thing where they have you control another character, a female character, right before Joel is dead. You know what I mean? I'm kind of skipping back, but you control this character, and then you're like, why am I controlling this character? And all of a sudden, Joel dies and gets killed by the same character you just freaking controlled. You're like, what? Right in front of Ellie. Ellie's on the ground, right? And she's watching this character beat Joel in the head with a freaking golf club. Kind of like when Glenn, spoilers for The Walking Dead, got his head beaten from Negan with a bat. And you watched it happen. Same thing in Last of Us 2. You know what I mean? So, you're like, why did they just make me control this character? And then Joel has a funeral and all types of stuff, and you just like, you pissed the hell off. You're like, yo. And there was a lot of spoilers about that because the game got leaked. The story got leaked. And luckily for me, when I heard that the game got leaked, I just shut off social media until I got the game. I was like, you know what? Nope. Anything I saw Last of Us, I was like, click, canceling everything. You know what I mean? Anyway, so moving back on. So you're controlling Ellie now. You're wondering why she's so cold, but then she's even more cold now. But she's out for revenge. She's going to find this girl that you controlled, and the girl's name is Abby. And you're like, I'm going to find this girl and kill her. And all the emotion that you had in part 1, when you controlled Joel and you seen the character progression with him and Ellie and the father-daughter, the dynamic, you're just like, man, you felt attached to Joel. The game makes the decision to kill him. You're like, okay, I'm going to find this girl and kill her, right? Now, you're playing the game, and the game bounces around a whole bunch of different, it's like Kill Bill in the sense where, like Quentin Tarantino movies where, it's like Pulp Fiction, where the story like bounces from past to present all over the place, and that's fine, but then you realize that the reason why Ellie is cold is because, yeah, Joel died, but she was cold already, is because Joel ended up telling her that he did indeed killed all the fireflies and saved her life. And she was pissed because she was like, yo, we could have found a cure for the humanity. Why did you do that? My life could have meant something. And Joel's like, yo, if I had another chance to do it, I'd do it again. Because he loved her. You know what I mean? He lost his daughter. He didn't want to lose another one. And it's like, you understand why he's upset. You understand why she's upset. She shouldn't really be that upset because she should know that if she's put in the same situation, she ain't gonna kill a little girl that you know what I mean? Because there's a moment in the game where you have a little son of your own or whatever, and it's just like, you wouldn't do that. You would do the same thing, Ellie. You would do the same thing. Anyway, so, back to that. So, the game does a thing where Ellie's out to find Abby, the girl that killed Joel. You find Abby, and then Abby beats the shit out of you and is about to kill you and can kill you and kill your friends in front of your face. And then Abby's about to kill Ellie. And then she just says, the game cuts. And at that point, the game cuts and gives you control of Abby in the past. And you're like, why the hell am I controlling this character that killed my beloved character from part 1? You don't want to play the game as Abby. You want Ellie to find Abby and kill her because she killed Joel. But the game forces you, and I was like, I knew what the game was about to do. The game was about to try to make me sympathize with Abby and try to make the gamers sympathize with her. But here's the problem. Whatever they wanted to try to do, and I knew I would have probably sympathized with her, but I didn't want to. I knew they were going to try to unfold some kind of story where they made you feel sorry for her and all this stuff, and I was like, I don't care. I don't want to freaking like her at all. You know what I'm saying? And that's the problem people have with the game, because as you play as Abby, you understand why she killed Joel and why she's so pissed and why she was mad and beat him with a golf club in front of Ellie. Because At the end of part 1, when I told you that Joel went into the hospital and killed everybody, he killed Abby's father. And you remember back in part 1 where there was this doctor with a little knife trying to say, yo, we have to do this for humanity. And you control Joel and you kill that doctor. Just so happens that doctor is Abby's father. And he didn't even want to kill Ellie, but he had no choice. So they give you control of Abby, and they make you see the father-daughter dynamic between Abby and her father and make you feel sorry for them. Then they show you Abby and her and all the people that you were mad at that was in charge of Joel, because they tied Joel down and Abby beat him with a golf club, but Abby had a whole bunch of friends around her, and the game made you hate all those people, but then they started making you try to like all those people to show you that they're human too. So there's all these factions, the Fireflies, and all these people, right? But they gave you an inside look at Abby's world and why it's basically based on perspective, who you think the bad guy is. Everybody's looking at Joel like he's the bad guy in her eyes because he stopped humanity from getting a cure. And here's the problem. Within the first 5 minutes of controlling Abby again, when the game forced you to control her, I got to the top of a building and I leaped and jumped and killed Abby on purpose.
Bitch. Fuck you. Oh, you dumb bitch. That's for Joel.
Yeah, that didn't end the game because that would be the end of the game, and I wouldn't be able to play the game anymore. But I was so mad, I went on top of a roof and I jumped off and I killed her, and I retweeted it. It turns out when I retweeted it and I put the hashtag Last of Us 2, I thought I was the only one that did that. Literally everybody did that in the game. Everybody was killing themselves in the game. People were pissed. I was like, wow, I'm not the only one doing that. Anyway, so you get through the story, you keep moving through, and yes, you start sympathizing with Abby. And you're like, damn it, I don't want to sympathize with Abby. And it flashes back to the moment when Abby's about to kill Ellie, and Abby spares Ellie and moves off. Ellie has a girlfriend. She's gay. She has a girlfriend, and the girlfriend is pregnant. Abby ended up killing your friends, and one of the friends actually was the father of your girlfriend's son. So you're all friends. And Abby killed that guy too. Abby spares Ellie. You go on a farm with your girlfriend and you're living a new life. And keep in mind, Abby killed Ellie's girlfriend's baby's father. It's a mouthful. Who just happens to be Ellie's friend as well. So you're raising your friend's son, and your friend's ex-girlfriend is now your girlfriend, and you're on a farm, and you're like, okay, the game's about to end, and it's like, damn, I didn't get my revenge. But no, wait a minute. The game ends up making you control Ellie again and have you go and seek revenge, and the girlfriend stopping her like, no, please don't go for revenge, it's over, let's leave it alone, it's a cycle of revenge or whatever. And Ellie's like, no, I gotta do this. So she goes off to find Abby again. The game makes you find Abby, and you're like, yes, I'm gonna kill this girl. When you get to the moment where you're gonna kill her, Ellie spares Abby. She's about to kill her, drowning her in some water, and then she spares her. And it's just like, I understand. I understand why she spared her, right? But Ellie, the character, that was her decision to spare her. I have nothing to do with it. Yes, I'm controlling the game, but Ellie made the decision to spare her for whatever reason, and I was like, you know what? Fine. But the problem is, you as the player, it's not a movie. You as the player want revenge because the first game got you emotionally attached to this character that she killed. And the second game gives you control of this new character that killed the person you liked in the first game. So they didn't give you enough time to care enough. Yes, you can understand why Abby, because you would kill Joel too. You would kill Joel too. If Joel killed your father, you would kill Joel too. And you would understand why somebody would kill Joel. But it seems like this game was missing something in between. If there was a part 2 and this game was part 3, this would have made way much more sense, because you would have had a whole nother game to be in control of Abby, get to like her and love her as a character, and at the end of that game have her say, I'm gonna find Joel because he killed my father. Or they don't explain to you why she wants to find Joel. And then in part 3, they're grown-ups. Because you could have gave a part 2 where Abby's a little girl, and then Joel and Ellie still, you know what I'm saying, dealing with the situation, and Ellie's still a little girl. They didn't do that. They went straight from a little kid to an adult, and they skipped all that and tried to say, okay, just play Abby, and then don't be upset when we kill Joel. Man, I understand what they were doing, but I understand why people are mad. This game story was still amazing. It was still an amazing story. It was still good, but yes, people would get mad at this decision. People would get mad at this decision, because why are you going to make me control a character that kills my character in the first game that I played and I loved? And then why would you then give me the option to make that character suffer and kill the character? So then you give me the option to control Ellie once again and seek revenge, sweet revenge. And you make me spare her. Yes, Abby spared Ellie, but I still like the story. I still like it. I understand why Ellie spared Abby for killing Joel. I understand. But I also understand why everybody's mad. And I do not blame you for being mad. I don't blame you at all. You can be mad. And the developers of this game and the writers and all these people, they missed a great opportunity to have a trilogy where there was a part 2 before this game came out. Then maybe you can even be a little more on board with Joel dying, being justified playing as Abby. That would have been way, way, way better. I don't know why they made this decision, but they made the decision, and it's not as bad as the season finale and the end of Game of Thrones that just threw away everything, which needed a whole nother season. That's another story within itself, but it's not as bad as that, but it's still bad to where it's like, come on, man, you missing a whole opportunity and a whole bunch of stuff and a whole emotional attachment you could have gave me to Abby to make me understand and be attached, to where I'm saying to myself, damn, do I want to kill Abby? Do I want to? Like, oh man, I don't want to. You didn't give us that option. You just threw a part 2 at us without a part. You just threw literally a part 3 at us without giving us a real part 2. That's the problem. That's the problem. So you divide the fan base, and even the developer, the writer, whoever said that, he said, this is going to divide the fan base 50-50. Why would you want to do that, man? Why would you want to do that, bro? And here's another thing that pissed me off, and it pisses me off in every freaking movie. The Lord of the Rings, it pissed me off. Anytime a character loses a limb or loses a finger, it drives me crazy. So Ellie goes through this whole game, and when you're about to kill Abby in this game, Abby bites off both of your fucking fingers. The same 2 fingers you use to play the damn guitar. That looks like something different entirely. Pause. But you understand what I'm saying. You know what I mean? I don't know how to play the guitar. So how does it go? Like this? I don't know. But you lose these 2 freaking fingers. I hate when characters lose limbs. So Ellie went through this whole game and then she loses her limbs. She loses her appendages. Come on, man. That if she didn't lose her fingers, I wouldn't be that mad. if she didn't lose her fingers, I wouldn't be as mad as I am now. I'm still mad to a degree, but that's me personally. Abby can do what she wants. Ellie can do what she wants. This game was like a movie. So you can't really, it felt like a movie. And it's not like one of those choose your adventure dialogue option type games where you can say, do I want to kill Abby? Do I don't want to kill Abby? That's what they should have did that. They should have had a part 2 with Ellie and Joel, still again, as Ellie is a 14-year-old, and the dynamic between her and Joel. Because that's another thing this game was missing. The reason why part 1 was so good and why you loved Ellie so much is because she was a sarcastic little girl making mad jokes. In part 2, she's mad, cold, and upset. You understand why Ellie's upset. Joel revealed that he did indeed kill that whole hospital full of people that's about to make a freaking cure out of her blood. Ellie was upset about that. That's why she was so cold in the game. And she was also cold in the game because Joel died. The fun-loving, spunky, sarcastic Ellie that we fell in love with in the first one is no longer in this game. So that's why it just lost a sense of character that we like. First of all, they killed Joel, so that character's gone. And then they give you a whole different character, whole different mental state of Ellie. And it's just like, where's my characters from part 1? Where are they? You should have gave us a real part 2. That's what you should have did, man. And it's just like, I still love this story. I still love this game. This game would have been a 10 out of 10. It could have easily been a 10 out of 10. It still probably is a 10 out of 10, depending on your perspective. But I had to drop it down a point and give it a 9 out of 10 because of that damn decision that they made. Certain decisions that they made. You know what I mean? So I just wanted to vent about this, and it's probably long-winded. I got a green screen in the background. I might have a picture back there. Who knows? I might give you a gameplay of me playing this game. This game is fun as hell. You know what I mean? It was some moments I was so scared because there's these freaking plant zombies that's freaking moving quietly and hiding behind stuff looking at you, and you can't even hear them. That scared the shit out of me. I'm gonna put a clip of that and show you what I'm talking about. That shit scared the shit out of me. But anyway, hey, I'm sorry I can't travel right now, but I still got some stuff in the vault. I'll make some other videos right now soon or whatever. I just wanted to put this out there because I just needed to talk and vent about this. I can't talk to my friends about this game because they didn't beat it yet, so I had to just vent. So anyway, like, share, subscribe. Tell me what your thoughts are about The Last of Us, or what the best video game story you ever played was, or your favorite video game. Comment below. Haters, come on, bring it on, baby. Come on, bring it on. Anyway, I know the people in the comments, oh my god, oh my god, what, you don't know any, you see technically, just get the fuck out of here. Backhand. Anyway, see you guys on the next one, and yeah, peace. These things are freaking scary, man. Jesus Christ. They don't make a peep. These motherfuckers are crawling, dog! Oh, get away from me! Oh, shit! Open the door! Oh, you bastard! Get off of my neck! Come on. Ah.
These little things, man. These little motherfuckers, man. That one, I gotta just kill this one. Those other motherfuckers are sneaking, man. Oh shit! Get up! Yeah! You sneaky son of a bitch! Oh, you little bastard! Away from me! Oh, that's the door! That's the door! Oh, get away from me! No, run! I hit my health bar with this stupid camera, so I can't see what the hell's going on. Oh! How much health do I have? I don't even know. Oh, come on, man. Oh, you little bastard. Get open the door! Fuck you, you bastard! Come on, man! Jesus. Oh, you little sneaky bitch. Damn, y'all so sneaky, man. Oh! Get away from me! Open the door! Ah! These little man. there's always two of them. What the fuck? Oh! Oh, how he get through? How did he? You know what? You know what? I got you, boy. There go a sneaky one right there. Hiding behind the... There's one right behind this. There's one right there, you little... Oh, you little sneaky bitch. Away from me!